What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon with the Morning After LSU, and today we're previewing LSU versus Mississippi State, where LSU is a 18-point favorite at the Bulldogs. LSU's been covering, folks, and it's quite amazing that they can go over there as an 18-point favorite. I remember some of LSU's best teams where we're only like an 8-point favorite or a 7-point favorite, but these are different times. 18-point favorite. It's going to be broadcast. Let me see. I got notes today, by the way, at CBS at 2:30 Central Time. Some things I want to look forward to as the game progresses is how is LSU going to handle that run game, because they were very successful against Florida. Rather it be scheme, rather it be just getting the push that they were looking for. They were picking and choosing when they were running the ball because everybody's respecting the pass now. So now you're going to start seeing 5 and 6 man boxes against 6 man boxes mostly against LSU. You won't see a lot of cheating going on. Man, when that happens, I mean, to me, Burrow just has to light up and say, "Oh man," because when have we ever seen that, right? So even if they stack the box, there's adjustments to be made. But I want to see how they're going to run the ball. Clyde Edwards-Helaire had a monster game against Florida. The freshman Price did pretty dang good against that Florida defense. He had about a 33-yard touchdown run last week, man. It's just amazing. Just to watch some freshmen play. They're playing like sophomores and juniors already because they're not freshmen anymore, guys. They're going into the season. They're becoming veterans. Here's something. How is the defense going to get off on third down? Last week against Florida, I believe it was 9 conversions on third down, and it was some backbreakers, man. Because if you're in that crowd and you're cheering and it was loud over there, we all know it. And then they convert a third down. It's just a backbreaker, man. But can the LSU defense get off the field on third downs? One would say yes, right? Because Mississippi State is not as efficient offensively as Florida was. The play calling is probably not going to be as unique as the Florida play calling, but we'll see. I don't want to compare Mississippi State to Florida offensively. I don't want to compare any of them. Each team, each game has its own story to be told. We're going to make this about LSU, not Mississippi State, right? So how are we going to get off the field on third down? Are we going to pressure more? Or are we going to continue to rotate? Or are we going to rush 3 and drop into coverage and dare this quarterback to make the plays? Are we going to bend but not break and give up yards between the 20s and then make them score 3 points in the red zone, which I always say to do? We'll see. We may send a lot of pressure. We may play man up. Just depends. So how are we going to get off the field on third down? That's interesting to me. If you guys have any suggestions, what y'all seen that looks pretty promising for this team, can we play man up with Fulton or Flott and then Stingley on the outside? Can we do that? Can we be successful doing that? Or do we need to keep Delpit or Stevens safety over the top for our protection purposes? That's something I'll be looking forward to. Another thing, can we get out healthy? We finally got 7 D linemen in a rotation. We got some depth. So can we go to Starkville and leave healthy? Because the team the following week is much harder, right? Auburn is probably one of the hardest games we play all year. And so you don't want to go lay an egg in Starkville. You want to go dominate and you want to win. But can we get out healthy? Because it doesn't stop from here. We do have a bye week before Alabama, but when we get a time, right? So let's see, can we get out healthy? Another thing, how's the LSU freshman going to handle the crowd noise on the road? Because we all know that the cowbells are a pain in the butt, right? We all know how we can be as fans through the TV. To be honest with you, when we're on offense, sometimes I lower the volume. It's really annoying. So I want to see how the freshmen are going to handle that. Is it going to be a distraction for them? Is Coach O going to have them prepared and focused and ready? And so run the ball. How are we going to get off on third down on defense? Can we be healthy throughout the game? And 4, how are the freshmen going to handle the cowbells? Those are some little key points I'm going to be looking for, which could determine the outcome of the game both ways, right? I'll get to my prediction in just a minute, but man, I've been reading about this Joe Moorhead to Rutgers thing. I know Paul Feinbaum had him on a show earlier today, and I hate saying that guy's name. I don't like him at all. I think he's I'll just keep it to myself. I'm not a fan of Paul Feinbaum. Let me just say it like that. However, He was questioning him. I don't know if he prepped Joe Moorhead with these questions, but Joe Moorhead answered with a bunch of coach speak. He didn't really commit to denying or acknowledging anything about Rutgers. But we all know, guys, when there's smoke, there is fire. We all know that this Mississippi State head coach is probably in over his head in the SEC. The pressure. I don't like the way he handled Keaton Thompson, the quarterback that won them a bowl game against Louisville, how he just put him on the bench and let him transfer. That was probably one of their better quarterbacks on that roster, and they let the boy walk. And I can promise you right now that the boosters or the people who support Mississippi State football was not happy with that move. I'm not even a fan of Mississippi State, and I thought that was a boneheaded move. And plus, you're losing to Tennessee. You're not trending upward. And I always say that in my videos. You want to be a program that's ascending. You may not win every game, and 99% of the teams will not win the title every year. But if you are ascending, and if you're an ascending program, then that's something to look forward to, and you can sell that to your fan base. And I don't think Joe Moorhead can sell this football product to his fan base right now, especially with the clouds over his head with the Rutgers deal, right? So, man, let's just wait and see, right? I mean, time will tell. Time will tell, because if they lose to LSU bad tomorrow, they still have other teams to play in this conference that's just as good as LSU. And there's one other one, but you know who I'm talking about. They're going to get blown out again, maybe twice. So let's just see how that plays out, okay? Because we know as LSU fans, when your coach is on the hot seat, everybody's looking for the next star coach, right? But over there, I don't know what's going to happen. It's kind of a dumpster fire. So I'll grab my popcorn and we'll check it out. That's kind of all I have on my notes. But here we go. Here's my prediction. Gosh, I'm going to sound like such a homer for this, but I'm predicting another blowout. How often are we going to have these blowouts? It's going to be, at least this year with this quarterback and this coaching staff and this personnel group. If it's not Alabama, then you can pretty much predict a blowout, or maybe not even Auburn. But, with Mississippi State, guys, all due respect to them, and I really mean that because they've beaten us in the past. Man, I'm predicting 55 points for LSU on the offense. I'm predicting 24 points for Mississippi State. Now, here's why I'm predicting 24 points. One may say, why? Because they're not very good. Look, man, there's garbage points at the end of every game when you score 50-plus points. I don't care who you are, psychologically, the players, if it's even backups, they don't play as hard as they do in the beginning of the game. So it's human nature to let off a little bit, right? I honestly think that they don't score more than 17 points, but they get some garbage points toward the end. LSU, we've gotten better on defense, but we're still not a lockdown defense. We are going to give up some points this year. I've come to peace with that. So 55-24 with another blowout. What y'all think? Y'all think that we're going to be... Y'all think we're going to be blowing people out still? Do y'all think that Joe Burrow has an off day? Do you think we throw some picks? I know that's glass half empty kind of stuff, but honestly, I think they'll be prepared tomorrow. It's a 2:30 game. It's not an 11 o'clock game, and it's certainly not a night game. But I don't think they're looking forward to Auburn either. I think they'll go prepared. I think they blow them out. I think Burrow continues his push for the Heisman campaign. As much as he don't want to admit to it, that's in the back of his head. They got the little short quarterback in Alabama who's doing just as good as Burrow. Maybe not as efficient as Burrow, but he's racking up the yards and touchdowns too. So the competitive nature in guys, they want to compete against each other and be better than one another with their peers, even if they don't say it to the media. But just look for that. Look for them to run it up a little bit to showcase their products. I'll leave it like that. 55-24. I'll be back Sunday morning. We will talk about this game. We will talk about if I was dead wrong, which I am most of the time, but not far off. Have a good game. Hope everybody stays healthy. Later.